almost. Ooh, I think I got that. Right when the YouTube stream starts, that's what they'll see. Ooh. Hello. We're back. Okay. We're going to continue where we left off. I did a little bit of testing off camera, and we're actually at a super good point because it is working, thankfully. I can be in the Avatar 1 project, and we can run this command, and it will actually set things up. So it does take a little while, but what I was worried about was that the materials wouldn't be synced between projects, or perhaps even that the VSF version we're creating wouldn't work. But it actually seems fine. And another thing that I'm really liking about it is that we can work on all the animations in here as well, which is very nice because I can do all the changes, get the VRM back just straight from the VTuber version or VRChat version. And I think as I streamline that process, it'll be a lot easier to just take the VRChat animations, put them right onto the VTuber. Good to go. Man, I hate VTuber format. It's so bad. As you can see, it opens up the other project, and right now it is, I think, making the blend shapes on the character. We got that unlock shader message. But you can see how nice this is because I have both versions of Unity open. I don't have to manually Unity package things back and forth. I just make the changes, I send them through, and get it back, most importantly. And it gives me this error, which is not a problem because that's just letting me know these things in the scene have been deleted. Just close and don't save. Now we're re-importing things into our project right here. Easy. More importantly, dead simple. Oh. That's because I have a new one. Okay, good. Awesome. Hello, Arctic. Welcome. And what's even a little bit more interesting is that my VTuber does have the correct materials applied. I think the only one that's not working properly. I wonder how I could overwrite these files and not get rid of the data. I would just need to keep the meta files. So as long as when I'm overwriting here, I don't delete the meta files, I should retain everything. Wow, very classic. For now, I don't need to worry about that. But that is something to think about. Next, what we need to do for avatar bodies, we have the shared assets. And I believe the hair material is unlocked. At least one of them is. They all are unlocked. So let's try it again. Let's test it again. So I can delete this, save. And now I can just run this command. Boom. It's going to take stuff from my VRChat file, VRChat Unity project, send it over to the other one, process it, and send it back. I don't have to do anything. I don't have to do anything. It's working. Thank goodness. And we can see that it's... I'm pretty sure this is the Terminator soundtrack. Doo-doo-doo. I'm gonna watch this video really quick. Oh my god.
When we saw the unique way that WPP was using Spot, it made us want to work with WPP more on cool things that we could do with Atlas that would help production.
We wanted to show Atlas as a new way to move a camera. The requirements are very far from any other task that we've confronted before.
Robots are there not to replace.
And made good and realistic synthetic training data.
Atlas, I think, was a closer on the ball.
It was our dream come true.
Okay, calm down. Oh, cool. Man, I can't wait to see that in real life. See a robot do a backflip. Wow, that is impressive. All right. And then it gives me that error, unlock shader. Wonder if I can... Oh, darn, that means there is something else that's unlocked. We'll have to rebuild one more time, probably. Boom. Okay, it's good. We can close this. Don't save. Back to our other project. Boom. Loading it in. Man, that was so much work to get this set up, but it does feel worth it. Even though it takes like 2 minutes for it to do it. Kind of went off Boston Dynamics when they started selling to companies that modded them into murder bots. I definitely think murder bots are on the way. There's just no way people don't do it. Yeah, it'll be interesting. Superabundance or apocalypse? Which way are we going? Going to Vignon. Yeah, it'll be. I mean, even OpenAI's working with the military now. I don't. And then if it's open source, then they can just use it anyway. So it's really kind of a. I don't know if there's any way to slow that down. A lot of money in making murder versions of cool shit, and integrity is in short supply. Fair, fair. And we'll drop this one. All right. Oh, sorry. Before I do that, let me close Vignon. I'm going to turn off my webcam real quick. Boom. And boom. OMG, this could be a revolution for disabled people. Search and rescue and sciencing in areas inaccessible to people. What if we put a gun on it? Yeah. The same minds think alike. Oh, darn it. Okay, so his hair is still not working. Oh, I see. Because it's not using the materials from my project. Ah. Been like, I'm going to tickle you. Funny. Just wanted to be fabulous. I think now what I want to be able to do is make a script that could make it a lot easier to sync with local projects. Sorry, 1 second. Where'd my music go? So, for our, we got the command line interface. Oh, thank you. You're sure? Okay, project's loaded. VR Forge, turn that down a little. So to make sure that the VTuber is working properly, we would just have to lock these in. I can close that now. Back to our main project. One more time, we are going to select our mesh and okay, we need to make a script for this project here to just send this message. Okay. So open recent, our avatar 1. And we'll just make something generic. So oh, excuse me. So this will be command line interface. .cs. Okay. So here, create a function that takes a string and outputs it to the command line. My camera. Boom. Boom. All right. To clarify, this would be the command interface for Windows. It's simple. Okay. And then we'll say need some sort of scriptable object. Let's do create a function that takes a game object and gets its absolute. in objects are local to scenes. I actually meant the a file in the project. To get and to get its path. Oh. Create a function. Should use Control K. Create a function that let's try that. Get a little bit better. Better. Much better. All right. So I go to That's what I thought. You just have to have that. Finally found a configuration for the speakers that works. Was having issues with some channels just barely being audible on some videos. They have multiple channels on those video players. Fascinating. Like left and right, or is there more types of channels? I guess this just be CLI FBX to mesh to VRM and create this function that outputs each string. The string we want to use is this one. Two. So if a YouTube video had fancy mixing, it was Bork. Most YouTube videos are fine. Interesting. Because most people don't know enough about audio mixing and channels to get fancy with it. I certainly don't. All right. It should be set to agent, so it stops asking me. Or it sets it up. Bam. Set file. Okay. So right here, Unity editor path, project path. Maybe this should be more. No. Output avatar processing command. What a terrible name. This should be command line avatar converter. We want to expose that's the right editor, the right project. It's the source that we want to expose. So I'll delete this one. No need for destination folder. This auto-complete's a little annoying. Feel sorry whoever decides to test my playlist. It is full of finest brain rot I've come across over the years. Caramel dancing. Dancing. Okay, perfect. So this, we'll call it. And here. These ones are better than. Probably the mildest of the lot. Good evening, everyone. Happy weekend for those who survived the week. Same to you, Snardom. Welcome to the end of the week. And I hope you're having a good time so far. I'm pretty pumped. I don't know if anyone's watching Severance, but the finale's today. Really been enjoying it. What is this doing? Tap this single function so that it outputs. All right, so now we have this function, and check my phone for the tablet. Should have arrived just now. I hope they don't put it outside again. I will lose my mind. Okay. Oh, apparently they're close by. So okay. Like earlier this week, I ordered a new tablet, Arctics, because my tablet pen broke. Thought I'd just get a new one anyway. It's only like $50 for a cheap one. And they left it outside. The Amazon driver left it on top of the mailbox outside in a heavily trafficked area. I was like, wow, you just didn't even try. Frustrating. Hope they don't work there anymore. Copy path to clipboard. say adapt this function to output a string to the apply mesh. He's like, well, it was only $50. Thankfully, they did give me a full, what would be the word? Refund? Not refund, return? No. Replacement. They use some other word, but whatever. Right click on the menu, bum, 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 bum. Get selected file path. Okay. Please only make edits to the function I selected. Reimbursement, yes. Yeah, that's good, and it's interesting. They have a little AI helper now, which is interesting. And I guess that works. Oh no. I guess it is path. Okay, that's perfect. Accept. All right, so now I should be able to, when I want to update my character, I'll first get this. Probably the autocomplete that was messing us up. Alright, almost there. But I did it, Snartum. I did do it. I was able to set up some scripting where I can call functions in a different version of Unity, have it process stuff, and then send it back. So, pretty exciting. Pretty excited about that. There's a few other things that I just need to do. Like, I think I can make a function where it's like, take the selected files and sync them with another project. You know, export a Unity package, create a Unity package, automatically send it to the other Unity, open it with that one, and then delete it or something. 3 more rabbit holes, I suppose so. I suppose so. It does never end. But I do feel like this will save me a lot of time. A lot of time. Okay, I think it should be working. Let's give it a shot. Right click. VPN. Does it still say copy path? Create VRM / VSF. Super nice to have the ability to use Unity, but also skip Unity. I mean, yeah. I mean, there's so much that's just like, you just have to work around or develop a really thick skin to how bullshit it is to work with. Where'd it go? Assets / oh. Save that. It's up here. So I can select this and then assets. I always struggle reading a really big list. It's bullshit. These two. Ignoring menu item create VRM and VSF versions because it is a no submenu. It is not in a submenu. All right, so we'll say VR Forge slash. One of the worst parts about working on Unity is how long it takes to update itself. You make a little change on the script, and it takes at least 30 seconds to get back in. Should have opened up my other project. Okay. So when we right click or do this. It sends it to mesh to VSF project, which doesn't actually take anything, but it should take a string called FBX source path. And we want to get rid of this. That's what needs to be overwritten. And it builds that, and that should do something. And it outputs to command line. Let's just give this a shot, see if it works. Let's see. Hmm. 18. I have to declare it here, do I? I don't have to declare it anywhere. I can just do that. Identifier? Oh wait, there it is, the parenthesis. Definitely prefer this. Here we go. Moment of truth. Round million. Okay, so it is running this. Oh, just message. Oh, well, it's definitely opening command. This is the command we're sending. Use the Unity editor, VSF CLI. That all sounds correct. And then batch. There we go. Okay, so the method was just incorrect. There we go. Now it's working. Working and twerking. So now any file in my project, I can right click, make a VTuber version of. That'll save me so much time. Oh, hello, Gamst. Welcome. Oh, thank you. All hail the glorious machine overlords automate all the things. I definitely, now that I've spent a lot of time doing this, I'm really looking at some other automation solutions. Because I'd love to not rely on code for everything and just have a little bit more general instructions I could give some of these LLMs and stuff. Been seeing the machine control protocol stuff coming out, and man, that looks awesome. That looks super cool. Perfect. Then we can just close it. And now, VRM of our boy. Boy! There he is. So we have our VRM version. Awesome. And I'm going to turn off my webcam. We also have our VSF version. Yay! That's funny. All right, things are working pretty well. Ooh. Okay. Oh, that feels good. There's definitely a few things I'd love to clean up, but I think it's time to just make sure we have all our VRM versions in here. So we'll save, and we'll do the next one. And we're just gonna slowly go through all of these. I suppose I could do a batch selection, or make another little script to do a batch selection, but I really don't feel like coding much more right now. I'd rather do it by hand at this point. Also, did anyone see the Big Screen Beyond 2? Dang, that looks good. That looks good. Celebrations before the next deep dive. I'm sure we'll be back in it in coding soon enough. Loading. Loading. We're just chilling. Eh. Boom. Then we import. All right, so now we have two VRMs. You know, I should double check. Was there anything else I needed to fix on my characters? think it was just the eyes. Yeah, we should be good to go. All right, we're just chilling. Just chilling. I think I need to set it up so that this window closes itself. Or no, I guess it's still running. It knows it's still running, so interesting. Just had a sea blue Red Bull. It's okay, tastes like a blue raspberry Jolly Rancher. That could be the most American thing I've said yet. Huh? I can't see. Alright. Don't save. Wow. Gilly, we only have to do this. Okay, I'm going to work on a batch export. I changed my mind. This is taking a little too long. Well, I don't know if I can, though. What? How'd that work? Let me do it one more time, and I want to pay attention to the... we just did Gilly, so it should be Julian. I had to stop the sugar cans. My dentist strangely agreed. He doesn't know what to spend all that money on anymore. Hello, Dash. Welcome. How you doing? We just put some finishing touches on our automatic VTuber conversion for, well, it's a bit primitive, but for the types of avatars I'm making right now, it is perfect. We just finished working on that. And hello, welcome. Loaded. But I hope everyone's having a good Friday. Anyone have any fun weekend plans? What's that? Okay, so it does wait until that last moment to close. So I wonder if I can run an operation after that. So let's look at this here. Can I run another command? This. I call another method with the process ending. Run call run. Would you learn all this? Coding, art, Unity? Well, it's just YouTube. I mean, I had a bit of experience with art back in school and stuff. I studied 2D art, painting, drawing, that kind of thing. But I really want to do games, so I just stuck with Unity, and I think it's a lot easier now to learn than ever. It really is, especially with like AI agents and stuff. You really can accelerate your learning. Hopefully some Blender tonight, this weekend, or happy coding, aka non-work coding. That's what I tell myself this is. That's a lie. That's definitely. On completed. Yeah, I mean, I've been doing a lot of 3D art. I started doing 3D art full time around 4 years ago, and then I'd always done a little bit of coding, but now with like this program, particularly Cursor, it's really starting to speed up. Um, I just love this stuff. My students need to step up their game so I can just go full time game dev with them. I've been checking out the Blender project. It's pretty cool to see like a team working together in such a open way. It's really cool. Work coding nowadays, I mostly hello world scripts for students. Okay, so we're gonna take this. I want to create a similar function that takes a group of selected files. How would we do that? And sends each of them to I'll just say this for right now. I was looking at shit posts on Twitter right now. Okay. Process multiple FBX files. Beautiful. All right, let's try that. See if it works. I don't see any errors. What AI/AI agent are you using? So the service I'm paying for here is called Cursor, and it's like this editor. But within it, you actually have access to most of Claude's models, GPT, and most of OpenAI's models, and including the thinking version. So you can kind of adapt what you're doing. Characters look really cool, by the way. Thank you, Dash. But you kind of adapt what you're using for the best type of coding. I prefer Claude, and usually I turn on thinking. You can also turn on auto select. So if it's like a simple question, uses a simpler model. I'll ask will calling by underscore to VSF work with our command line. Will it properly iterate through objects? I do have to say though, working with AI agents though, it's like you really can't use it for everything. Like there's a lot of posts online you'll see it's like, oh, like I prompted this model and then it made this whole script for me. And it's like you might be able to get away with that once or twice, but the moment you want to do something intentional, you have to work in like a really modular fashion. Basically how I work with it right now is like you just make it one function at a time. Just do one function by itself, and you just string your functions together, but you really don't want it trying to build a whole big script for you. Getting those awesome progress on your end. Congrats on the level up. Thank you, Snarnum. We're doing it. We're doing it. All right, let's see. Fingers crossed. Keep telling my students not to put their entire assignments in there all at once. They do, of course. I do think that it does amaze me the things that the AIs stumble upon. There was one issue I was having yesterday where what I realized is that it just couldn't see quotation marks. It just would ignore the fact that there were quotation marks around certain things, or I don't know what it was assuming, but like it really is. Working with them so directly has made me feel that maybe the future is still a little further away. It's coming up quick, but maybe a little bit further away than I initially thought. All right, let's save and let's pray that this works. All right, it's loading. Oh boy. Okay, well, we'll see if it makes it through this first one. Oh. Darn, his hands are pink. I wonder if that'll be an issue. Might not be, because the references would still hold up. I shouldn't have changed anything with that part of the code. And I didn't get anything to change there. Okay, so now notice that the command line is still up here, but I think if I close this now, it should kick into the next one. I guess after imports? Yep. Oh, let's go. Very nice. Alright, sorry. Sorry for that. Ah! Ah! Very nice. It's Friday. I'm gonna get a beer. Alright, I'm back. And look. Ooh. Beer. This one's a winter IPA. I did the Donald Trump thing. It really needs me to kind of click the editor sometimes in order to keep it going. I think that will be something we'll need to tweak. So let's add that to our notes. Your time. Hello, DRX Podcast. Welcome back. We got our script working. So right now we're in the background converting a bunch of files. So making the rest of our little batch of crew of characters, crew of VTubers here, which is awesome. Working pretty well right now. But welcome back. Hello. I think I should be able to set it up where it doesn't open the GUI at all. Hello, Pablo. Welcome. We'll try that once. Because if I can make that tweak, then it should just all happen in the background. Super straightforward. Someone shoot that bot for me. And it's Friday, so beer time. Beer time. This one is okay. Wow, interesting. Apparently, they wrote on their can that this tastes like orange slices and pineapple evergreen. I was thinking, I guess it's a little piney. Okay. Now we click back here, it'll reload. Cool, now we can do a big batch processing of all of them at once. Should be super automatic. And we get all of our VRM versions, plus their VSF versions. And let's turn off my webcam. What days do you go live and what times? I pretty much do a full work day because it's my full-time work at the moment. And hopefully for the indefinite future. Basically 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. And I take a big lunch. But I tend to work off stream a little bit in the mornings. But I'll probably be streaming a little bit more in the mornings. But that's Central Time. I'm in Texas. Right, VTuber. I'm gonna turn off my webcam. Boom. Then turn on VNeon. Boom. And we'll start with the werewolf, see how that's doing. All right, not that good. Looks like the body material was unlocked. So we'll have to re-export this guy. Then also broken. Are all the body materials unlocked? They're actually all locked. So what's the deal there? The deal is that the materials are not synced. Okay. I need advice. Okay. I'll be here every day. Well, definitely don't stress yourself out, but I'd be happy to have you by. Hey there, Grim. You're working on my model, make your hair fall out. It's surviving. It's surviving. It's slowly coming back. Where'd my webcam go? Boom. Boom. There we go. Hello, Grim. And what advice do you need, DRX? Excuse me. Okay, so we're gonna export this whole. Honestly, it would be nice to just have a script to do that. All right, let's give it a shot. So. I'm gonna close this, new chat, and we'll make a new script, which we'll call sync to sync local Unity project. I get a lot of stuff. Honestly, I think I've just been streaming for a long time now. Got like maybe 3 years full time. I'm not a streamer in the streamer sense. I just stream because it keeps me productive and from going insane sitting in a room alone. But honestly, I've had like 2 or 3 instances of a ton of bots following me. So, you know, I don't know what to do about that. They're just there. I don't really think I'm abusing anything since it doesn't really change anything for the most part. But yeah, I just got some bots on Twitch. And then actually for YouTube though, I've been doing that for a long time. I've had a YouTube account for 11 years now. Here's something that's gonna blow you guys' mind. I almost have 6,000 videos. I think I have more than 6,000 videos on YouTube because of streaming and just posting little shorts and stuff. And hello Spixie, welcome. Detroit Become Fall. How do you make thumbnails? You would want to look for a photo editing software. That's really going to be your best bet. Something like Krita, Clip Studio Paint, Photoshop. There's a lot of free options now, and there's some that even work in your browser. That's what I would recommend. And hello, Spixie. I want to say your full name every time. Starseeker Spixel. Okay, so we're going to create a script right here. Create pseudocode. For a main function that takes a selection of files, turns the selection into a Unity package, and loads that Unity package into a selected local, a target, let's say a target local Unity project. I don't mind either way. Okay. I make YouTube videos and I have no PC, but I try my best to get stuff. I think the most important part is just doing something you enjoy. I mean, at the end of the day, that is the important part, you know. Just have something you're proud of. What was your job before you got into making VRC models? Well, I've had a lot of jobs, but while I was going through college, I worked at a lot of hotels, all that jazz. But I did go to school for drawing and painting. I got a degree in studio art, and then I wanted to do concept art really badly. So I tried to do that for a few years. I worked at a studio, some very small indie studios that I don't think anyone's ever heard of. And just kind of slowly built up some skills, built a lot of general knowledge, and then I just spent like the last 10 years refining that, learning 3D art, learning coding and stuff, and it is definitely a interesting little space to be in right now. Make a VR chat podcast videos. Oh heck yeah! I definitely think VR chat's where I want to be, or VR in general. That's I think it's going to be a big industry pretty soon. All right. Let's just do this one at a time. I think I'm jumping into too much here. So we'll delete this and say create a basic Unity script. Basic empty Unity script. Well, that's pretty cool. Is there a specific theme to your podcast for VR chat other than just being in VR chat? Do you have like a kind of a direction you're taking it? Why did it make a new one? Three? Okay. That's what I mean. This. What are they using Unity engine? Also, do you have a Discord? And if you play VR chat, you should be in one of my podcasts. Well, I appreciate that. I'm definitely looking to do some content soon. So I'd be interested. My Discord. I have to open it. I really haven't looked at my Discord in a while. It's kind of weird for me because I've been doing commissions for so long, and then I'm just so bad at it. Okay, copy that, and boom, and boom. There you go. Discord link. All right, so we'll say create a function that takes a group of files and creates a Unity package. All right, so string array file paths and output path. That'd work. And then do another one. Create a function that allows the user to right click a group of selected files and output an array of files. Actually, me and my friends thought we should do a podcast. Well, heck yeah. Selected objects, selection objects, boom, boom, boom. Okay. That should be good. So we got the function get selected file paths, create a Unity. Let's say Control L. Allow the user to call this function by right clicking. I actually had a dream about VR chat last night. When I was waking up, I had this dream. I had just built like this simple test world, and there were a bunch of people hanging out in it. There was like this void guy, and there was and then someone wanted to show me. They had like a bag filled with Pokemon merchandise, and then I woke up. Suddenly the whole those Pokemon TCG merchants. I know how that's definitely really hit the spotlight recently. Suddenly the whole VR chat world goes to chaos, fighting over them like Scalper's Duel or the Dream rather. Maybe you were spared, haha. I just got the very wholesome, friendly version of it. Okay, so we right click, get selected file paths, and then we'll say once the file paths have been gathered, send them to create Unity package and store the returned path in a variable. The internet went out and I didn't hear you answer my questions. Gotcha. Well, I did send the Discord link. But were there other questions you had? Oh, sorry. Can you, if you have time or don't want to, make a custom VR chat avatar? Unfortunately, I do not do free commissions. I'm just not in a position to. But I will probably make just a few free characters at some point, but they wouldn't be a custom character. This does not understand what it's getting back, I feel. It's a little odd. Okay, check that. All right, so we get selected file paths. And we'll just try to type this one out. So we'll take paths, say, create Unity package from paths. Why does it say Jeff? Funny. What would the path be? I guess it'd be change this string to be the root of any Unity project this script is running. Name it temp sync in a few days. right, well, let's just see if this works. Does it create a Unity package? So go back here, wait for it to load. It's probably going to throw some errors. That's okay. It seemed like it worked. So what I want to do is try it with this one. So right click. Where would it be? Do I have a child or girlfriend? Well, I am in a relationship and I do not have a child. Thankfully, no children. What should be the shortcut? Assets get selected file paths. Change this name to selected file paths to Unity package to temp Unity package. Okay. Boom. You're 12. Well, heck yeah. I mean, I'm old. A lot of people my age have kids, so I'll be 34 this year. So, yeah, 34. I'm old. That's my old man sound. Get selected file paths. Sync selection. VSF. A little sort of oi oi oi. Some people in chat will get mad at you. Say, also, do you play old? I mean, I don't think I feel old. Only when I think about it. Also, do you play Gorilla Tag or you work with another Axiom? Excuse me. I don't play Gorilla Tag, but I play a shit ton of this shooter called Contractors. It's awesome. Awesome. I love it. I play it a lot. I have like 1,000 hours in it. It's really fun. I'll probably play it later tonight. Failed to create Unity package, could not find any assets to export. This is where Cursor really saves me a bunch of time. It's like, okay, I know something's going wrong. Just here's the logs. Find me. Find what went wrong. And usually it has at least the direction. I have around, don't judge, 345 minutes. That's a little more reasonable. That's like a casual amount. I wouldn't say casual. That's a reasonable amount of time. You'll play it later tonight, right after you finish this little game called Blender, where you have an unlimited amount of hours in. So you must be close to the end, right? Yes, I've almost beaten Blender for sure. Fine. The tough part is you have to tell the AI what to do before you provide it, like the data. I would like to include folders in any selected. Let's just see. Almost there. All right, take the selection. Boom. I should just be able to. Time for food. Have a nice rest of your day, all. Sounds good, Arctic. We'll catch you later. Enjoy your day. Enjoy your weekend. I'll probably stream a little bit on Sunday, so maybe I'll see you then. But if not, enjoy your weekend. Bye, Arctic. Bye. Mm-hmm. It's taking a little bit of time. All right, chilling. Probably only have another 30, 40 minutes at the most, and then we'll call it. All right. So there should be a resulting file. In here somewhere. Assets / dot 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 / tempt. Well, I definitely spelled that wrong. think I need to refresh. Hmm. Oh, sync local Unity project, create Unity package. Oh no, that's what's being called. It says I made it. In the assets folder. Guess we'll look here. Assets. Definitely not here. Let's search. Hmm. Hmm. I don't see any Unity package. Project root folder, one level up from assets. Do. No need for a larger timestamp. Put the asset, or put the package in assets slash temp sync slash package. Give that a shot, save, go back here. This time let's only do one single file. It's taking too long otherwise. Nice. Hey. It happened, y'all. My tablet has arrived. Loud. Good. That's the loudest cardboard material. That paper was so loud. Oh my god. Actually, let's do the test first. Let's just say, let's do the editor package. Will it work if it's syncing itself? Probably. Actually, I think that might not work. All right, let's do this one. Assets, temp, sync. Nothing to import. Okay, so if I deleted this, when I have something to import. Okay. Good. Very good stuff. Thank you. It's just okay. Where do I put? I swear I had some scissors around here. Okay. Just one piece of. You son of a bitch. There we go. Nice. Ugh. It's a very small tablet, which I thought was perfect because I really only draw in a space about this big. So, perfect. Awesome. It's honestly a huge relief. And it's got a ton of little nibs. Nibbies? Oh, and it's wireless. Or step back. It could be wireless. It is not wireless. It's got a little, I don't know what that is. For a USB port? Yes. I'll do that. Okay, so now we're creating a temporary package. What I'd want to do is create in our other project a command line interface that is given the location of a Unity package, imports that Unity package accepting everything, and then deletes that Unity package and the folder it's in. So that way I can run it. It calls the other version of Unity, boots it up, updates itself, closes it, and it's done. Because I'm going to have to do that a lot. At some point, I'm going to expand all these functions so it'll be a little bit more extensible. All right. A lot more to do, though. Yeah, okay. It is worth doing now that I have simplified things so much. It'd be pretty much an automated process to update in a little bit. Boom. Okay, so now we're swapping editors one more time to our VSF. And in our editor, we have our avatar converter. It's got a lot of features already. Yeah, we'll leave that alone. We'll do a new script, which we'll call Unity package sync.cs. Or that'd be a better name. What do we call it in the other one? Yeah, I think sync's fine. Okay. And then we'll say here, set up the script for Unity. And in here, say create a function that takes in a string path and loads the Unity package at that path. Okay, so import Unity package takes the path, import package, package path false. I'm going to assume that's working fine. And then we'll do another one, which is create a function that when called via command line searches, takes in two or one string, right? It's one string and passes it to import Unity. Get the arguments, import package, import Unity package, boom, accept. And then we want to say, okay, create a function that takes in a path and deletes the file and its containing folder at that path. All right. Delete file and folder. Gets the file path. Accept. And then so once we import the Unity package, we delete file and folder, and we give it the package path. And that should be all we need. Okay, so I'm going to show and explore. We have that file. I'm going to put this off to the side. We're going to switch back to our other project. Let's separate this logic, have the write the function, send a string or the resulting string. You know what? Just leave it alone for now. Just get this done. So here's our file. We are working with this file in the other Unity project. Once the package is created, send a command line message to this project. Unity editor version 2019.3.41 F1, something like that. Switch to 4 and a 3. We're working with this file in the other Unity project. Once the package is created, send a command line message to this project. So close to done. All right. Creates a package as before in the temp sync folder. Adds a new method, launch other Unity project. Gets a path to the Unity editor executable. Sets up the target project path. Creates command line arguments to open the project, execute the Unity, launches the Unity editor with those arguments. We'll say apply all. And we'll scroll down to our project. Oops. String Unity editor path. We'll have to update this part. Accept. And then let's go to our resources. And this is the path we want to call. Actually, Loading. Alright, so this script is pissed at us. Right. Apply. These are unrelated. What? My amplify. Oh, fine. All right. So now we should be able to create a package instantly, and then it will sync that package with our other project. So let's make an example. We'll create a folder, and we'll call it example. And in it, we'll create a material test, and then we'll select both, and then go to assets, sync, and it should load up my other project. Built import package with error. Couldn't decompress package. Okay, perfect. Good. So we'll go here. We'll go back to our other editor. Slap in that issue. And we're just chilling. Sure. Clear that, close this, open that, and we're chilling. Okay. And sync. Hmm. Oh. It says it didn't do it, and then it succeeded in doing it. Okay, perfect. Love these mixed signals. Show and explore. Where would it be again? In VRForge example test. Oh, no. Okay. Well, it's throwing errors, but it is working. All right. So let's after deleting the folder, please close the project. And then did it delete it here? No. All the Unity and cursor icons are so similar looking. Which one am I clicking on? Huh. Simple, easy, boom. The source package is boom. Okay. Waiting for this to load. It loaded, we close it. Go back here. We right click sync. Okay. It's well, it should have worked. All right, so let's have it. Let's do a slightly more. Oh, you know what? It is deleting it, huh? Because this is what we're syncing, and this is the folder it's getting sent to. Okay, so it is working. Okay, and they're gone anyway. All right. So I'd like to sync most things, not the meshes, but definitely the materials. That's the main thing I would like to sync right now. All right. And I can even make it so that it doesn't even open the graphics interface. All right. Says it's importing. Still importing. There we go. All right. MSync is empty. So it's not deleting the folder. I can live with that. But now that we sync the materials, I should be able to go to my meshes. And we're going to now use our other script, process multiple FBX files to update them all. It'll probably take about 10 minutes, and then we're done. Oh. It's gonna take a little while. You know what we should have done? We should have updated the script to this version, to close the project automatically. That would have been nice. All right, you know what? I'm going to call it here for today. It is literally just going to be loading, and then I'm done. So I think we'll call it here because it's just going to be me sitting looking at memes. So thank you all for hanging out. I hope you're all having an amazing day. Snardom, Arctic, DRX, anyone else that's lurking out there. Who else came by? Dara, Grim. Thank you. Thank you for hanging out. I hope you're all having an amazing Friday. Definitely have an amazing weekend. And I'll see you maybe Sunday, most likely Sunday, and definitely Monday. So see you then. Enjoy your weekend, Stardom. You deserved it. Get some good rest. Enjoy your projects. Catch you later.